Welcome to the call. My name is Dee Meyer. I am the Humanities Team University Coordinator and one of the co-hosts of the Living in Oneness 5 Pillars for Success Summit. I'm excited about today's call with Debbie Svitavsky and working with the Archangels. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. I want to say thank you to everyone participating in the Living in Oneness Summit. As a reminder, there are 48-hour replays that are free. There is a $100 discount during the summit for those of you who purchase the upgrade packages. Of course, the upgrade packages allow you to again and again come back to the wisdom that's being shared during these calls, and you can share it with your family and friends. And you can find out more about that by going to livinginone.com/upgrade/. We would love to have you share your comments and questions and aha moments that we cover during this call. And you can do that by posting them on Debbie's page on the Living in Oneness site. And that, again, is on the livinginone.com/speakers/Debbie-Svitavsky. And you can enter your questions and comments in the Q&A section of the webcast. Also, today, Debbie is going to be offering mini readings. And if you would like to speak with her live on the call, you can do that by pressing number 2. And that will raise your hand, and Nanette can bring you into the call in a little while. You'll also notice that Debbie has a special offer on her page, and you can take a look at that in a while, too. And following up in a half hour, Knouse will be joining us to tell us about the Mindful Awareness Program. And for now, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my dear friend and colleague, Debbie Svitavsky. Debbie is a transformational author, speaker, spiritual teacher, and mentor. Debbie has unique gifts. She specializes in giving powerful channeled guidance and healing to assist with emotional and physical shifts. Her long professional career in health, healing, and wellness, combined with 8 years of experience as hands-on and distance healer, have provided the perfect mix of awareness and tools to help others succeed. Debbie is truly insightful and gifted. During this call, Debbie will work with the Archangels to empower you to heal and transform your life. Welcome, Debbie.
Good morning, Dee. Thank you so much. It's so good to be here with you.
Oh, thank you for being with us. We like to start off our calls with the centering process. Debbie, would you like to lead a meditation?
I would love to do that. So if you'd like to just get comfortable in your chair, wherever you are, maybe close your eyes and just start to focus on your breath, taking in a big, deep cleansing breath and just releasing anything that no longer serves you. I'd like to call in Archangel Michael first, just to bring us strength and courage. We all have so much going on in our lives right now, and strength and courage is so needed to help empower us to move through. And you may feel just this beautiful energy surrounding you, and notice that you are feeling a little bit different about yourself, maybe starting to tap into this strength that you forgot was within you. And along with Archangel Michael, I'd also like to call in Archangel Chamuel, just to bring in divine love, because when we do things differently, sometimes we need to be reminded that we do have that love within us. And Archangel Chamuel really helps to bring that in, feeling a beautiful sense of peace and love towards yourself. If you'd like, we could even expand that out to the world. Just see love floating throughout the entire world to help all the situations going on out there. And know that that love will continue to spread throughout the time together and also throughout the rest of the day. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring your breath back in and open your eyes. And now we'll join the rest of the call.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Debbie.
That's so welcome.
Very centering and grounding. Deb, can you share a little bit with us about your process? Many people don't understand how it works.
of working with the Archangels.
Mhm.
You know, I started a program, a few years ago with the Archangels. And the work that I had done previous to that and continue to do is really about a transformation process within yourself. And so I picked 5 archangels to work with that really supported the work that I currently do, and that is bringing in Archangel Michael for strength and courage, and then bringing in Archangel Raphael because healing is what he does, and that's so valuable. Learning to heal past traumas and past beliefs and heal blocks that we have within us. And then bringing in Archangel Chamuel to really bring in that divine love within, because we need that to be able to move forward. And then bringing in Archangel Zadkiel to work with forgiveness, because we all have those little moments in our lives where we think it's all about forgiving somebody else, but many times it's really about forgiving ourselves. And if we don't learn to give ourselves a break, we hold on to those and they become resentments or other unhealed wounds that never seem to go anywhere. So forgiveness is a key piece of that. And bringing in Archangel Gabriel to help us is a messenger angel. Give us some messages about how we can move forward in a completely new and different way. So the working with the Archangels has been not only transformative for my life, but I witnessed the transformation taking place with the people I work with and people who go through the class. It's really been amazing to work with them. I had no idea at the time what I was getting into, but I've enjoyed every single minute of it.
Well, having worked with you, I know what the process is, and it is amazing, and it's a very energetic shift. Debbie, we've already got hands going up, questions coming in. Should we just take a few mini readings right now, or would you rather continue on with a little? We'll go ahead and take a person then. Nanette, do you want to bring someone in for us?
Yes, just, excuse me. Andrew, are you there?
I think so.
Okay, you're on the call. Welcome.
Okay, it's actually Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi. I've actually been working with the angels for a while. I've had rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm really doing incredibly well. But there seems to be something that I'm still holding on to, and I just wondered if any of the archangels would have some wisdom for me.
So Barbara, what have you been doing right now to work with that?
To work with it? Well, I'm using both Western healthcare and complementary healthcare. So using a lot of like acupuncture and energy work, and I'm an energy worker as well. And really also connecting with angels and being outside, being grounded, a lot of different things. Yeah.
Okay. Do you also have a practice of self-love, self-care going on for you?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Because it feels like that could be strengthened just a little bit more. There's, I guess what I would like you to encourage you to do is work with Archangel Zadkiel to work with the violet flame for forgiveness. It feels like there's part of what's been going on with this is also a past hurt, and it feels like it's fairly old, or pretty old, that you could look at, and bringing in the violet flame will help transmute that energy. And it feels like a big weight will be lifted from your shoulders when you do that, which will make a big difference. You'll take a big step forward with your progress. And are you also working with Raphael right now? Archangel Raphael? Okay.
Yes.
Have him help you with that process with Archangel Zadkiel. it feels like just the two of them combined together will make a big difference in that process for you.
Thank you very much. That's great.
Yeah. And the work that you're doing right now, it is a very good system for you to be on. So don't second guess that or doubt that. It's just that the added combination, I think, will boost it up for you.
That's great. Thank you. And I'll enjoy using the violet flame. I haven't been doing that, so that's great. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
So, go
or
ahead,
do you want to?
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
We've got Maureen. Maureen, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for taking my call. This is wonderful.
Welcome.
Hello, Maureen.
Hello, Debbie.
And what's your question today?
Okay, my question is, I am in the healing field also, and I'm a massage therapist, and I also teach autistic adult yoga, and I'm about to take the advanced course for Theta Healing, and I wanted to ask what any messages from my angels about what I'm stepping into.
Okay. I'm going to back up just a little bit because it looks like you've been doing a lot of internal work on yourself,
Yes.
clearing out some old patterns. And because of that, you feel like you're a little bit stuck in the mud. You haven't moved maybe forward as fast as you thought you were going to. But really what's going on with that is there's a process of things, because of the work that you're doing, things need to be realigned again. So sometimes when we move ahead really fast, it's like what we thought was going to be our path has changed slightly, and you've made a couple of other additions and a couple of changes and because of that, things need to fall back into place before you can move forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So things are, just give it a little bit more time because things will fall into place for you very quickly. And it's almost like at that point you need to make sure you have your tennis shoes on because I think doors will open for you. So while you have these few more weeks to figure things out, really go inside and figure out what it is that you really want to create and what your heart is really calling for. Because I think you will also be making a few more shifts in what you think you want to do. But it comes around really well for you, and there'll be a lot of cool changes coming up. So just give yourself some time and give yourself some kudos for really the work that you've been doing with yourself lately. It's paying off.
Wonderful. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a good
you are so welcome.
Confirmation because I anytime anything comes up, I go internal and scan to see what's needed, and I take that time, meditation every day, self-care, and I'm an advertisement for what I do, so I want to make sure that I'm centered and balanced. So I'm really grateful for this time with you.
Oh, you are so welcome. And like I said, congratulations for all the work that you're doing because it really has paid off. So thank you.
I have one more hand up right now. Do you want to take that or do you want to go to questions on the webcast?
Let's go ahead and take the one. Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte? Charlotte?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call as well.
Well, thank you for being here. What's your question today?
Debbie, thank you so much. So I've been doing a lot of work in raising my vibratory frequency. I went to a sound healing workshop, and a sound healing was done with me. And at that time, I really knew that Archangel Michael came to me, and I asked the sound healer if he had also seen that. And he said yes, and he gave me a gift. And since that time, I've really been moved to do healing work. Really that kind of just being, making sure myself is raised high enough that when people interact with me, the intention flows. Is there anything, could that gift be talked about with Archangel Michael, and am I on the right direction?
Yes, you definitely are on the right direction. And yes, definitely you can, like in a quiet time in meditation, just talk with Michael and ask him to come in. And if you haven't had, I mean, you can just keep working with that connection with him to make it your own style in your own way, because everybody gets information differently, and yours is a little bit different than what may be considered traditional ways. But once you start practicing with it and playing with it, it will become natural for you and much easier. So what you're really doing is learning how to flow with that communication. Yeah. And what that will do then is really bring a whole new vision for you. It will open up a whole new vision for you, which you'll really, really enjoy. But I think right now you're thinking that it is supposed to look one particular way, and it's not going to look that way for you. So just be open to how that actually shows up and how that works for you.
That's
and
beautiful.
The other thing is have fun with it. Don't make it a chore, just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Most important, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we forget to do that sometimes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh,
so,
thank you.
You're welcome.
So
good luck.
That was, applies to everyone listening. Have fun with life. Great questions, great advice being given. Debbie, we have so many questions coming in. We will not be able to get through all of them.
Okay.
Debbie has made a special offer, and you'll find that on her page of the Living in Oneness website, and that's livinginone.com/Debbie-Svitavsky-special offer. So what Debbie is offering is affordable spiritual care. And Debbie, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about that, and then when you're done, we can go back in and take some of the questions that are coming in on the webcast. We have more than we can get to.
Okay. Great. So we've really designed the affordable care to be given in 3 different appointment lengths of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. And within that, we're hoping to make it affordable so that everybody can get some sort of health care or some spiritual care done. Through this care, we'd like to offer wisdom, healing, removing blocks, and creating energetic shifts to really help people move forward living as one. So that's kind of the theory behind it. And working with the Archangels is really a great way to empower yourself to move forward, to heal, and to make changes in your life. I've just seen some miraculous things happen with people when they finally have that shift and are able to step forward with their lives in a completely new way. So it's really been exciting to work with that.
Well, thank you so much. This work is really kind of just absolutely new and different in the spiritual world, creating a program that is for everyone. It is affordable spiritual care, and so we're so grateful to you, Debbie, for bringing this program in to Humanity's team. Why don't we get to a few of the questions coming in on the webcast? I have one that Monroe in Portland, Oregon would like some insights. She's been having serious health issues, and she's looking for healing, guidance, and advice.
Okay. So with Monroe, there are some changes coming. What I'd like to just mention is sometimes we are looking and not understanding our true gift, which is being able to empower ourselves to move forward. So look at, there are some other options that are available to her, as well as going deeper with the self-love and really understanding who we are as spiritual beings, connected to the divine and connected to all. So there may be another a point where she may want to surrender a little bit deeper into this process of healing and really take that inward journey a little bit deeper and find the true level of love within herself. I feel like she will be able to turn things around. There's just self-care would really be beneficial for that process.
Great. We have quite a few coming in that are relating to money. We have one from Robert in Port Orange. I call to the Archangels, Ascended Masters, cosmic beings daily, and do my very best to listen and allow the divine plan's fulfillment for myself, humanity, and the planet. When it comes to having the success I desire in business while fulfilling the divine plan, I still experience limitations. I would like to know what insight the angels may have through you for me. I'm open to receive. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. There's a couple things going on here right now, and one of the things that really comes out with most types of money issues there's a feeling of fear. Will I be able to get my needs met? Can I move forward in a different way? Do I have what it takes to move forward? And if I'm moving forward, how will it look? How do I do things differently? So there's all these thoughts that are going on in the ego mind that basically is creating separation. So the more that those thoughts can really be tamed, if you will, and kept to a minimum, usually what I recommend is if somebody is having a fear-based thought show up, I like to recommend going into gratitude, because it's hard to stay in gratitude or it's impossible to be in gratitude and in fear. And so that's one way to start retraining your thoughts. And sometimes the thoughts are almost sneaky. Sometimes we don't realize we're thinking them. And so it's opening up that awareness to ourselves to really understand where our thoughts are at any particular moment. And that in itself is a huge healing gift when we become able to really understand where our thoughts are and that we are able to control them. Because there are some really good things coming up for Robert, but there's a level of trust that needs to be attained in going through this process. Trust in himself, because he does have the ability to do this, and he is able to move forward. And it's really taking a leap of faith, knowing that you have the ability and can tap into that and move forward. And then I do feel like the abundance will be there for him.
Again, that speaks to so many people on the call, that connecting with gratitude and releasing that fear. We have another question coming in from Mary in Roseville, and she asks how to release someone in her life and move forward to her divine purpose.
The Archangels are a beautiful way to work through situations of leaving someone, and I would call on Archangel Michael to give strength and courage, and Archangel Chamuel, who we worked with today, both of them, really tapping into love for yourself, because when we make the decision that we need to move forward and move on, we need that courage and we need that self-love to help move us through that situation. Also, you might look at also creating your own possibilities. It's something that I call the feminine version of manifestation, of where you'd stay in the creating possibilities and just open up to how can these changes be made in my life very, very easily and smoothly in a very soft transition. And when you stay in creating possibilities, what you're really doing is relearning how to go back into that state of what would I really like to see show up in my life, and how could that happen? I don't know all the answers, but I'm going to leave it open to angels and guides and having other people show up in my life to give me ideas or suggestions. And really, once we start to open up to, I don't have to do it myself, I don't have to figure it out, I can just throw it out there and think, wow, wouldn't it be great if this showed up? I don't know how it's going to happen, but wouldn't it be fun? And then we could add this into it, and let's add another piece to it, and just have fun with the whole process. It leaves everything wide open for us to do things in a different way, and we don't have to become overwhelmed with trying to figure out how every little piece works.
Well, we are getting thank you notices coming in. Here's one from Todd in Evergreen. We love you, Debbie, and thank you for helping me to see my purpose in the Iraq conflict. You truly helped change my life. Thank you, Todd, for writing in. Debbie, we need to get to our wrap-up and invite people to your special offer page. And, again, you're offering 15-minute. Do you want to go through that real quick?
Sure. What we're offering is a 15-minute tune-up for $25. And then there's also a 30-minute tune-up that would be $50 and a 1-hour tune-up for $90. So, yeah, those can be found on the page for Living in One. Even just clicking on my picture will do it. So it's really a good way to gain some clarity, some understanding, some wisdom, and also remove some of the blocks that have been, energetic blocks that have been keeping us stuck. So it's really it's a really great way to have some individual one-on-one time with an extraordinary healer. Debbie, thank you so much for being a part of this. Also, Debbie leads one of our programs, Healing with the Archangels, in the Spirituality in Action program within Humanity's team. And we'll let you know about our monthly calls through email. Debbie, do you have the date for your next monthly Spirituality in Action call? And if not, we'll send that out to everyone. I don't have it handy.
Okay.
I think isn't it the fourth Thursday?
I believe it is. One moment. We'll look up that for you. Debbie, would you like to share your website with everyone too real quick as we're wrapping up?
It's vibrantspirit.net. So VIBRANTSPIRIT.net.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us today, Debbie. And again, we will send out a link to Debbie's program. Tomorrow morning we'll be sending that out. And next up we have Eric Knouse, who will be joining us in just a few seconds. So as we say goodbye to Debbie, we'll welcome Eric Knouse.
Okay.
Hi, Eric.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Hi, Dee.
Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
I'm just getting set up for this piece of our interview. So for those of you listening in for the first time to Eric Knouse founded Mindfulness Exercises in 2008. Over the past 6 years, he has taught the mindfulness exercises to many, many people, helping them to learn to access deep levels of meditation. Eric also developed a simple, straightforward educational curriculum for mindfulness exercises during this time. This practice focuses on the scientific aspects of body-mind chemistry, as well as meditative technique. Mindfulness exercises seminars offer a natural, wide, and reliable way to access inner states through dedicated practice involving body posture, breathing, and focused attention. Eric found this process while in deep meditation and discovered what the saints and sages have been pointing to for thousands of years. Eric's work clearly connects and defines mindfulness exercises, the inner experience, and a state of awareness with the latest scientific findings. Eric gifted this program to humanity's team, and I'd like to welcome my friend and colleague, Eric Knouse.
Hi, Dee. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming in and joining us. Eric, would you like to give everyone a taste of a mindfulness awareness practice?
I would, and we'll start off with a very simple little 2-minute practice. Wherever you're at, just close your eyes, get comfortable in your chair, relax. We know that what the body feels, the mind thinks, and what the mind thinks, the body feels. So we start with the body. We start working with the body by bringing our attention into the body. So close your eyes. Take a big deep breath. Breathe in, expand your chest, and exhale. And one more time. Eyes closed. Breathe in. Fill the belly. Let your belly expand. Bring me up into your chest and exhale. And again. Fill the belly expand. Breathe in. Air up into the chest and long exhale. Continue this breathing pattern as we've been practicing. And as you do, I'll speak to you. Just listen to my words. Rest your awareness into the exhaling breath as your body breathes itself. Rest your awareness into the exhaling breath as your body breathes itself. Allow the need to know to pass you by. There's nothing to know. Allow the need to know to pass you by. There's nothing to know. Allow yourself to be in awe. Be willing to see beyond without holding on to any expectations. Allow whatever arises to be just as it is. Returning your awareness to your breath as your body breathes itself. Become the breath. Upon the exhale, be the breath. Allow your awareness to ride the breath as it leaves your body. Letting go, letting go. There's no place to be. There's nothing to do. Be willing to see beyond without holding on to any expectations. Allow whatever arises to be just as it is, as your body breathes itself. Allow whatever arises to be just as it is. Observe, notice, let it go. Return your awareness to your breath. as your body breathes itself. Good. We're complete. Dee?
Well, I was really relaxing into that. Part of the humanities programming is really helping people to embrace the divine within. And humanities team is offering this particular program, the 8-week mindful awareness course, as a digital downloadable course for only $99. The Living in Oneness Summit focuses on how we can embrace the divine within so we can restore to our joy, play, grace, and beauty. Humanities team experiencing oneness realize that your reality is nothing more than conscious thought. It is the divine consciousness within each individual that forms the building blocks for your reality. What you see is the most important quality of the human species to experiencing oneness.
What I see as the most important quality to experience oneness is that we recognize that as a human species, we have a unique capability to reprogram ourselves. Debbie was talking about the ability to control our thoughts. We now know that through neuropsychology and neurobiology and modern science has shown that we are creatures of habit and we habituate patterns. And these patterns
I think that maybe Eric dropped the call. Eric, are you still with us? We'll give him a moment to call back in.
It does look like he dropped, but I'll keep my eyes peeled for you.
Thank you, Nanette. So part of Eric's program focuses on stages of establishing this connection and learning to really go within and listen. And he'll be sharing more and more about that. Eric does have on his page a special offer. And you can go to May 12th in the speaker lineup and find Eric Knouse, and that is at livinginone.com/speakers/Eric-Knouse, KNOUSE/, and that is his special page. And then we have a special offer on that page, and it is the Mindful Awareness digital course. It's an 8-week course that really will transform your life. It is digital, and you can access this during this summit for a $100 discount. The program is $99 during this time. And the benefits from mindful awareness training is you learn to release bad habits, embrace new and healthy habits, discover self-love and empowerment, experience mental clarity, freedom from anxiety, access new spiritual gifts, transformation of core emotional blocks, and you'll rest fully in sleep, more fulfilling relationships, expanded capacity to relate, healthier body, more vitality, reinvigorate your immune system, experience mind-body integration, and activate your bliss. Eric, are you back?
I am. Thank you. It dropped off and I just came back in.
Oh, great. Well, I'll let you resume where you were.
We have amazing, I'm not sure exactly when I dropped off. What was the last thing you heard me say? Sorry.
You were just starting in to talk about your personal experience and the important quality of human beings with respect to experiencing oneness.
Okay. We have this amazing capacity to reprogram ourselves. Did you know that prayer is a technique for reprogramming? That contemplative practices and meditation, these are all techniques for influencing, using mental force and discipline to influence the human psycho-emotional body, the mind-body experience. When we practice this every day, we can overcome patterns that become our prisons of the past. We understand this through the science of neurobiology, neuropsychology, that we have this amazing ability as a species to influence ourselves, to reprogram ourselves.
So how do we reprogram ourselves, Eric?
The science points out, and I had a personal experience, an accidental reprogramming that I didn't even realize I was activating, which is what intrigued me and caused me to study and learn about this, is that the science shows that we can, first of all, through posture and breathing, we can influence what the body feels. And we know that what the body feels by milliseconds, the body feels before the mind thinks. So when we use mental force and discipline to bring posture and breathing into the conversation, into a feeling state, then we are in conversation with the body by invoking, as we started off with the opening, breathe gently and exhale. Allow whatever arises to arise. We are communicating with the physical body, and what the body then feels, then the mind thinks. The body sends signals to the brain, the mind, and then it has feelings about that. What the mind thinks, which is really quite magical, then the body feels. So the mind thinks the feeling, it feels the feeling, and then the body feels that, and it comes back into the body. So what the body feels, the mind thinks. What the mind thinks, the body feels. So meditation and these practices interrupt the habitual patterns of our habitual states, our habitual thoughts. And again, Debbie mentioned the fact that controlling our thoughts is such a huge part of our practice. This is the heart. This is where we can practice every day and make a huge difference in the way we experience reality.
So this is the conditioned state you're referring to, that connection from oneness, that's that ability to shift back and forth with the mental state and the body state. Is that right, Eric?
Exactly. The conditioning is our habitual states of our familiarity with our environment, our social conditions, our families, our work. So these become habitual. And these are conditioned states. So this is the conditioned mind. And because we're divine beings, when we come into these physical bodies as children, we just grow up, and then life is life, and we don't realize we've forgotten our divine nature. Through practice, we can learn to invoke specific states, first through the body, then into the mind, and then the mind to the body. We can work our way, literally practice through this conditioning, and we can experience ourselves in a totally different way because we're fundamentally changing our physical bodies at a hormonal level. That's an psycho-emotional state. So at that level, we are invoking new discipline and expanding our awareness beyond the conditioned state.
So why begin this journey? Why now? Why start with this 8-week course now?
Well, I began this journey accidentally. I sat quietly one day, and I sat in a chair in my kitchen, and I sat back down and I breathed. I was in a kind of an upright posture. I'd taken a few yoga classes, so I began that breathing practice. And 9 months later, I had gone on an amazing journey into my interior. The practice of mindfulness exercises is a practice of mental discipline and expanding awareness beyond the conditioned state. It changed my life. Why do it? It will change your life, and it will change your life in a good way. As again, Debbie was great. We didn't plan it this way, but Debbie set this up very well. She said, possibilities are endless. And that fear and gratitude cannot coexist at the same time. When we practice, we are invoking hormonal states, emotional, in other words, biochemicals in our bodies are released when we are not in fear. So we invoke states beyond fear that then are expanded states of awareness, and in expanded states of awareness we can experience deep, deep gratitude beyond anything you might have imagined. If you imagine now someone you're grateful for, and you feel that gratefulness, let's do that as an exercise. Just take a moment and feel into yourself, remembering, recalling the feeling that has been recorded of someone you're grateful for. Hold that right now. Hold that feeling of gratefulness. So beautiful. That moment where you're just grateful to someone, the act of kindness. Someone was with you and you just felt that deep, deep sense of gratitude, grateful for who they are and what they may have done for you, what they've done. Now when you feel that, multiply that by 10,000 times. Imagine what it would feel like to feel the depth and breadth of that feeling of gratefulness, a number 10,000 times greater. That's what's possible when you move from your prison of the conditioned mind into a state of grace within your divine nature, accessing the divine, moving into oneness.
Absolutely. So, Eric, we are approaching, let's see, we've got about 13 minutes left. I would love to go into the offer of the program, and also we have, let's see, comments coming in, I believe. Jasmine from Kansas City says, I'm going through that time in my life where my body is changing. I don't want to have to take pharmaceuticals. Can this practice help with the change of life? Thanks, Jasmine.
It's a great question. We don't practice medicine. I'm not a physician. So what I would say to Jasmine is this, is that your body is an amazing, amazing, complex miracle. It knows exactly what to do and how to do it as best as it can. Are our bodies perfect? No. Do things go wrong? Yes. However, by practicing every day, you are invoking, you are inviting your body to step forward and do what it knows how to do at the very best it knows how to do it. When we downregulate the sympathetic nervous system, which is the stress state, and stress in the body is responsible for 8 of 10 diseases. When we downregulate the sympathetic nervous system through posture and breathing, these mindfulness exercises, the energy that's caught up in that parasympathetic state, in that stress state, is released. Literally, the energetic molecules, the energy in your body is released from that stress state, and it's now reallocated to the parasympathetic, which is the expanded state where healing and rejuvenation occurs. So I would encourage you to, Jasmine, to practice every day. It's very important, and you're giving your body the very best opportunity if you can give it so it can work at its optimum level of performance.
It really helps with that combination of body, mind, and spirit. You know, you're connecting all of that together and shifting. And you're giving yourself the tools to be able to quickly step back into that emotional feeling of gratitude, of just an easier way to deal with it. We're not saying that you won't have those daily stresses. Life goes on, and you will, but it's a tool for adjusting the way you operate, your standard operating procedures. Eric, could you share the offer now?
I will. Thank you. So I gifted this to Humanity's Team because I realized it's really not mine. I discovered this accidentally, and it belongs to all human beings, this ability to access these deep states of of transformation. And they're very basic for everybody. Everyone in the human species can do this. In fact, all animals do it. They regulate their nervous systems by going from a stress state to a relaxed state. So this course is exactly what I discovered for myself. I wrote down what I was experiencing in my inner journeys, and then I simply began showing other people how to do exactly what I did. So first of all, it's an 8-week course. Why? Because we can safely begin the transformation of shifting our hormonal states, our emotional states, over an 8-week period of time. You can do it safely. The body will do it and regulate itself at its own pace. All you have to do is make a commitment to a daily practice of sitting down for 20 minutes every day in a quiet place, sitting in a chair, posture, straight up, arms on your lap, body upright, breathing in. The first 2 weeks of the course are about getting comfortable in your posture, positioning, and sitting in your daily practice, because your body is not comfortable sitting still. That's not a practice you've had all your life. No matter how old you are, up to this point in time, you may never have given your body the opportunity to simply sit quietly and do no thing at all. So we're going to practice that over the first 2 weeks. During that, then about week 3, week 4, we shift into another state where the old patterns, the emotional imprints in your body, they'll start coming up. And they come up as spontaneous tearing. Sometimes you feel a little nausea in your chest. Sometimes your body will twitch. There'll be twitching and jerking. Well, that's energy releasing. That's stored energy. So that's called somatic release. It's a very well understood phenomenon in the human species, understood by the medical community very deeply. So somatic releases may begin. It could begin as early as the second or third day you practice, but usually about the second, third, fourth week, somatic release occurs. That's just stuff. That's just emotional energy. That's just stored energy in your body. It's stress. So it'll be body twitching and some movement in your body. And you're okay with that. Remember, we're okay with whatever arises. Just allow it to be just as it is. Then, about the week 4 or 5, usually no sooner than week 4. Now, the reason I know this is I have taken journals from hundreds of people up to, I counted at one time, I think it was almost 20,000 journals that I received because my students that come into the class journaled me every day and told me what they're experiencing. So about week 4 and week 5, week 6, there's a shift in the physiology of the body, your hormonal states. In other words, you have convinced your body through these exercises in the first 4 weeks that it's safe to do nothing, and it will stand down. That is to say, stand down means it will relax. And when you've convinced your physical form, because you are a divine being in a physical form, when you've used mental discipline and mindfulness exercises to convince the physical form that it is safe, then the energy then is reallocated from that state of fear and contraction to this parasympathetic nervous system, which is a state of expansion and rejuvenation and healing. So week 5 is really important, and it's really exciting for me because people start experiencing that shift. And, Debbie talked about that shift as well. So the shift will occur typically between week 4 and week 6. Weeks 5 and 6 and 7, the practices in this course, there are 8 different practices. I introduce a different practice in the digital download. You'll get the practices every week. And they're designed to take you through these processes. In week 6 and 7, we shift from passive exercises in the first half of the course up to week 5. And in week 6 and 7 and 8, we begin doing active exercises. And why do we do active exercises? We do active exercises to go deeper into the practice of being safe. And then Debbie mentioned possibilities. In the final practices, we start, as Debbie says, talk to the Archangels. In weeks 7 and 8, we go inside to this space, which is this place where you are in the presence of the divine. You are in the presence of oneness. You are in the presence of yourself and all that is. In that instant, you are there. Now, can I guarantee everyone that you'll be there, that place I'm describing for you? No. Why? Because every single human body has a different nervous system, and you are all starting at different states of contraction, of stress. So if you into 8 weeks, what you will have the tools you need. Continue to practice beyond the course for the rest of your life, and you'll continue to go deeper and deeper. And these practices will guide you into that process so that you are feeling safe. No matter what comes up, you realize that that's not you, that your objective state of awareness has now grown to a very large, powerful muscle, and you're able now to carry on beyond the course for the rest of your life to go into deeper, deeper states of access to oneness.
So thank you, Eric, so much for being here with us today and sharing all of your information and your generosity and sharing the Mindful Awareness program with Humanities Team. You can find out more on Eric's Living in Oneness Summit page, or you can go to the humanitiesteamuniversity.org/courses/mindful-awareness-digital course / and learn about our program that we're offering. And let's see, what else do we have here? Eric, would you like to share your information about how people can reach you?
Well, if they would like to reach me directly, they can. I would love to take a phone call and provide free coaching. Obviously, I don't know what the number of people will be, but I'm open to. We'll experiment here and see. They're welcome to contact me on 303-325-3143. 303-325-3143.
Okay.
And if I don't pick up live, please leave a message with your callback information, and I'd be happy to speak with you. And the most important thing to remember is that in physical form, these bodies they have memory, and much of what we experience in life is about exploring, and a lot of what we experience in life isn't necessarily pleasant. And what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to be safe in our interior space, shift this energy, and then access this beautiful, wonderful place beyond description that is oneness, that we are that. We are aspects of that. And we will access
Eric.
it freely.
Thank you for being with us today. And thank you to our audience members for listening in, to the 15,000 people on webcast. We're grateful to have you with us. As a reminder, there is a 48-hour free replay, and there is a $100 discount for the summit for those who are interested in upgrading to the different programs available. We have 3 different packages that will allow you again to come back to the wisdom that is being shared on all of these calls within the Living in Oneness Summit. It has been a pleasure being with you today, Eric. Do you have any final words?
My final word is to encourage everyone that you have everything you need right now to go inside and to access a oneness. And please do. Take that challenge. I challenge you to step forward and join, begin that journey.
I'd like to thank Eric, Knouse, and Debbie Svitavsky. Thank you, Debbie, if you're still with us. It's been a pleasure having you both on today, and we're just grateful to have you a part of Humanities Team. So I'll look forward to talking with you both soon, and thank you to everyone listening. Thank you to the volunteers that are helping, Nanette Kennedy, Steve Farrell, John Thomas, Carrie Beach, Melissa Puri, Eleanor Healy, Julian Cole. I'm sorry I'm forgetting people, but we really are grateful. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.